What's going on, world? It's Bryson Boone Paul here with the Source, and we got the one and only, man, the former welterweight champ, but back on the comeback trail and back to get to these belts, man. We got Keith, one-time Thurman in the building. Hey, how you doing, Keith?
Good, Boom. I'm doing good.
All right, now, we here because, you got this fight February 5th against Mario Barrios. So we're going to dive right into it, man. It's been a long layoff. I know you had COVID, you had rehabilitation, surgery, you had a whole bunch of variables that came in. So I want to ask you first off, how was your mental health throughout this whole 2.5-year process?
I mean, I'm mentally stable, my man. In the beginning, taking that L, it hurt, it hurt on so many different levels. It hurt my fighter spirit, it hurt my pride, it hurt my dreams, and it's one thing to get beat by, a great fighter like Pacquiao. But what hurt the most is that I was in it. It's one thing if you're really outclassed and you're being truly dominated, you're being truly defeated. That was not a real defeat. It just was like an L, as we call it, right? I took an L. I didn't get defeated, from round one to round done. So it was really rough on me in the beginning, but then I had the hand surgery. That was tough too. Wasn't sure how the recovery would be. It took 10 months to recover. Then we're in the midst of COVID, and I don't know where sports are. We didn't know what was going to happen to the world. Right. Lots of things ended up happening. I had a small opportunity to possibly get back in the ring. They wanted me to go fight in studio with no fans, and I said no. I was still doing fine off of the Pacquiao fight, and it was so electric. It was, dynamite. How do I go from all the fans and the energy to fighting in studio with no fans? It just didn't fulfill my spirit. But then after that, I wasn't getting no phone calls. And then I was like, oh, hold up, what's going on? So then I just kept waiting and waiting. Then we started finally talking about which month to come back in. Then I suffered COVID for 3 weeks. And then when I called them back, said, I'm back in the gym and I'm ready. They said, well, we're going to have to push you into January. And then we started rumors on the January 29th. They started giving me some opponents. Mario Barrios had the best record out of all the fighters that were presented to me. I said, send the contract. By the time they send the contract, it wasn't the 29th. It was February 5th. And, then we got to drop the news. And that's where we at, man. It's right around the corner. It's been a long time coming, but I knew it was coming. Your boy's back in action and ready to go toe-to-toe. Get this boy out of there. Next Saturday, I've been training hard. I want to make a statement. I want to test his heart, his skills, his ability. I want to show him what it is to be a true welterweight. And, at the end of the day, it's my job to show him he signed the wrong contract. But, I want to do what I always do, come back and then make great fights happen in the welterweight division. I think I will be able to do that this year.
Now, many critics call this a redemption fight, but you only suffered one loss in your whole career for 15 years now professionally. And having one loss to define you, does that, like, going into this fight, does it build some type of bittersweet emotions for you? Or are you ready to prove the world wrong? Are you feeling like I shouldn't have to prove the world wrong, being only one L?
That's annoying, bro. It's really just annoying. We all blame Floyd Mayweather with his beautiful, perfect, unfeathered, patented career that he had. It's not Muhammad Ali wasn't like that. Mike Tyson wasn't like that. A lot of the greatest fighters of all times, certain individuals' favorite fighters of all times, they've all been beaten. It's hard, man. It was on me in 2019. There were some things that I did in my training camp. My weight management was not good that year. I had to lose 35 pounds to step on the scale to fight Manny Pacquiao. That was neglect on my behalf. So you live and you learn, man. I just really didn't put my best foot forward. I thought that I was, But when I reflect on it, I really wasn't, I really wasn't. And that's all that matters to me, man, is that I really do what I know I need to do as a professional athlete. I put my head back in the game the right way so that I can have the performance that I can respect. A lot of people respect the Pacquiao fight, but I know what I did that was wrong. And I know that there's greater things to come. I just have to show it. And that's what we're trying to do right here, right now, next Saturday.
Now you mentioned Floyd's undefeated record, and then you mentioned Ali's just history of just being an icon and whatnot. But now we got to ask you, Keith, you were undefeated for 15 years in your career before Pacquiao, man. Now, would you admit that you had a part to play in that whole new generation defining on undefeated fighters? Would you say that you had a part to play in that?
No. At the end of the day, I took the best fights that I could. Look at the resume. I was the first one to fight Sean Porter and Danny Garcia back to back. There's a lot of times I could have put filler fights in, different things. Some of the fights I didn't like were just the fights that were given to me at that time. I couldn't make better fights. The better fights and the better fighters weren't stepping in the ring at that time. Boxing is a very complicated sport. We're not football. We're not basketball. We're not soccer. We're not hockey. There's nothing on the regiment where oh, it's this team. Then we're going to Seattle. Then we're going to Washington. Then we're going to go, Golden State Warriors. That's not how it works. So it's a very complicated sport. You can only make one play at a time, one move at a time. It's like the slowest game of chess ever. At the end of the day, I do the best that I can do, that when I am an active fighter, that I bring some really exciting fights into the welterweight division. I think I've done it in the past, and I know I'm capable of doing it in the future.
Now, fans have been curious about this Mario Barrios fight with yourself. I mean, as far as the excitement goes, being that you're coming off a loss and it's a comeback fight for you, Mario Barrios is coming off of a loss with a heavy knockdown. How do we get excited about this fight?
First off, you shouldn't look at this fight, okay? I want you to look at this fight. I want all the people that support Keith One Time Thurman. I hope there's tons of people that are really just happy to see me back. The people that really know what One Time brings to the show, okay? It's action, baby. I've done it from the beginning of time. But at the end of the day, look at the fight card. This is February 5th is not just the Keith Thurman show. This is not Porter versus Crawford, man. You saw Porter versus Crawford, and there wasn't one fight on that card that you wanted to watch. Let's be real. This is not that kind of card, man. The way we put this card together, we are putting together a pay-per-view worthy fight event. This is an event that goes beyond the main event. The co-main event could be the main event. The fight under that, the co feature, could be a main event on another station, on another date, at another time. Maybe not every fight here is a pay-per-view fight, but I promise you every fight deserves to be a main event fight. But I'm the main event. Why? Because I know how to promote, baby. Because I know how to sell, and when you watch Keith Thurman, you're gonna get your money's worth. We're gonna put in the power shots. We're gonna, I'm not a perfect fighter. You see me take blows and I come back. I don't back down, bow down, make me touch the ground. At the end of the day, when I get in there, I put my whole heart and my whole spirit into the ring because I have the true heart of a warrior. And I want to have the best fight of the night. But I'm telling you, with this undercard here, I might not have the best fight of the night, man. Anybody on this card can steal the show from Keith Thurman. I mean, you might like the fight. You might be like, dang, yeah, man, Keith is back. We can talk about these welterweights. We can talk about this. But, man, that knockout early on, oh, man, the way them boys were going toe-to-toe, oh, man. This fight is a fighter's fight night, man. It's a terrific, terrific card. And honestly, that's what I think people should be excited about. I want everybody to say Keith Thurman this and Keith Thurman that. But if you're really wondering what makes this event special is it's not a one-man show. You have eight terrific, wonderful, fantastic fighters, world class, clashing up against each other, trying to elevate themselves in the beautiful sport of boxing. And that's what February 5th is about. And I just look forward to putting on a show, making a COVID party, invite your friends that ain't got COVID over, get the fish, the chips and the dip and the nuggets, whatever you got to do, hit the grill up, let the kids stay up late to watch some great boxing. It's going to be Saturday night. They don't got school the next day, baby. Come on. Let the kids stay up. Try to see if grandma and grandpa can stay up. It's going to be a classic night. I think it's going to be a family affair. It's just a great entertaining night, man. That's what boxing's about, man. I love boxing. I started boxing at the age of 7. It kept me out of trouble. And that's what I want to do. I want to inspire the youth to focus on something, create dreams, create goals, have admirations in life, and better yourself through any avenue that the world has to offer. Better yourself. So when you watch Keith Thurman, you're watching a dreamer. And I just hope that people are out there supporting this dream of mine. Now,
the welterweight division has been, like you would say, lackluster in the last year or so with the heavyweight.
Lackluster, why? Why? Because the Thurman ain't there. Because the Thurman, there's great fights. But they're not a Keith Thurman fight. Put Keith Thurman in the equation. Just add me to the equation. You know what I mean? And now, you automatically know that it's different. It's different. It's the way I box, the way I move, the way I explode from different angles. I'm going to challenge you. You're going to challenge me. Look, man, that you said it. I didn't say it. It's different. Different.
I'm asking you, man. I'm asking you, Keith, are you putting the welterweight division on your back to bring it back to the high profile ratings box office that has been missing for the past, I'd say, year or so, with the whole heavyweights doing their thing and making moments, even the light heavyweights division, the flyweights is doing their thing, but welterweight has been kind of stagnant with the fights as far as like the excitement, the entertainment that it once had.
Really, it's been rough for everybody. COVID made things really difficult. So many fighters were put on the back burner. They were ready to go. They were ready to put on a show. And then, you started trickling in little fights here and there. Errol Spence had his car accident. Now he ended up with a retinal problem. Different things have happened, but the welterweight division is coming back. It's starting to ebb and flow. We're starting to get that ball rolling. And once we get the momentum, it's going to be an avalanche because your boy Keith Thurman's back, man. And I just want to bring action. It's about action, man. I'm like an action movie, baby. But it ain't fake. They shooting at each other 150 times and nobody got a bullet wound yet. You know what I'm saying? This is some real action where grown men are going to be testing themselves. They're going to have to weather the storm. And 9 out of 10 times, somebody's going to be going hurt and going to need a hug from their mama. Okay.
Now, you in the final week of training camp. And, we want to know, man, going into Mario Barrios, is Keith Thurman 100%?
Oh, most definitely, man. I feel so great. I'm so blessed. I was so nervous before the hand surgery. The doctor wanted to do the hand surgery after the Jose Cito Lopez fight. And I said, man, they're going to give me Pacquiao, and I'd rather fight Pacquiao than let you cut my hand open because you sound smart. You sound intelligent. You say it's a simple procedure, but if you don't do your job right, I'm going to have to hit you, with my good, because this is my life, baby, and I had all these emotions and so much time went by, unnecessary time. If I could, I'd apologize. I'm in a car right now. If I could, I would apologize. I'd be on my hand and my knees. I'd apologize to every fight fan. I'm so sorry. Keith Thurman's so sorry, okay? But I'm going to come back with a vengeance, okay? I'm going to come back, and whoever I'm fighting, from here on out, they're all going to get the punches that I wish I hit Pacquiao with. Everybody, what's going on? What's his next fight? He deserved a few punches that I didn't throw at Pacquiao. What about this next one? Oh, he can get a few more punches that I should have hit Pacquiao with. Having regret as an athlete, having regret as a man, is just not a pleasant feeling. So I'm gonna have to punch a few of these boys till I don't have no more regrets. That's how I feel. That's what 2022 is all about for me, my man.
Now, critics feel like you taking on Mario Barrios right now is, I guess, an easy fight for you, I guess I would say, because, you the veteran, you've had a long history. Your IQ is on point, always been on point in the ring, no matter what the situation was. Coming in, taking on Barrios, who is moving up in division and coming off a loss, and fighting one-time Keith Thurman. Both of y'all got 1-1, so y'all both. Yeah. So I want to ask you, man, what do you say about the critics sitting there treating it like, you cherry picking this fight?
Look, man, after 2.5 years, it's not like I was going to fight a world champion. So no matter who I came back in the ring with, it would have been critiqued. You guys, if I fight, you should have saw the list of names that they gave me. There was nobody good. There was nobody really worthy of super big fights, Most of the guys had 3 or 4 losses on their record. So when Mario Barrios was presented to the table, I said, man, at least this young man is an ex-world champion. He had a great fight with Tank Davis. Yes, he got stopped, but he can go to work and he can tighten himself up and he can bring something new to the table. Let's give the man the benefit of the doubt.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Let's give the man the benefit of the doubt. What am I doing? You think I'm just coming back after my, hold up, you thinking I'm coming back after my loss to look the same that I did against Manny Pacquiao? So when a man loses, when your favorite team loses, football, basketball, why do you watch the next game? They lost their last game. Why are you watching the next game? Because you expect your team and your coaches and your favorite athletes to tighten the F up and do the job, okay? Do the job. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I hope Mario Barrios does. I hope he tightens up, Of course, I don't want to take another L. He don't want to take another L. This is risky for the two of us. So let the people say what they're going to say, man, because I don't think whatever was about to happen would have truly satisfied those type of critics. I think they would have always saw the plate. They always would have said, what is that, Keith? What is that? Is that bang bang shrimp? What's that? Is that an appetizer? What you got? Some nachos and dip, Keith? What is it? Oh, that's easy pickings. That's easy pickings. Look, it's whatever, man. It's a challenge. You come do my job. You come be Mario Barrios, okay? So put some respect on his name. Put some respect on mine. Tune in to February 5th and see what happens.
Now, that's not fair, man. You one time, though.
Hey, what do you mean?
You one time.
What do you mean? They were saying, I'm one time.
One shot.
Nah, you got to talk to the people. They calling me sometime. They calling me a fairy tale. They call me once upon a time. Look,
man, we know
you have faith in your boy. You got faith in your boy. You know that I can't be underrated. You know I can't be underrated. But at the end of the day, I just want to remind those people who think I'm sometime, who think I'm once upon a time, it is what it is. I'm always Keith, one-time Thurman. I'm living a dream, and I'm going to do what I do in the welterweight division, man. I'm going to bring the best fights to you. I promise that. I'm going to bring the best fights to you. The only way the best fights won't happen is if these great champions don't want to test their greatness. Because it takes two great fighters to really have that tremendous event. So I'm ready, man. I'm ready for this year. I'm ready. I'm so motivated. I can't wait to get back in the arena. Just be under some bright lights, not this car light right here. Not this. I want the bright lights, baby. I just want to be back in action. I want to show the fans that I haven't missed a step and that there's going to be greater fights coming this year from the welterweight division, from your boy Keith, one-time Thurman. And after this fight, I hope the fans are saying, yeah, that's okay. We do want Thurman. We do want Thurman versus this guy. We want Thurman versus that guy. We want Thurman. I'm ready to come back and be in demand once again, like I have been every time that I'm in action in this welterweight division.
Thanks. Now we got a fan question from Mike Gonzalez out of Bakersfield, man. You know, he was a huge Keith Thurman fan throughout your whole career, but he wanted to know, even throughout the hiatus, why weren't you commentating? Because he said he sees you as a Roy Jones Jr. and George Foreman on the mic when it comes to being a boxing analyst.
You know, I did after the Pacquiao fight, I got to commentate the Porter Spence fight, you know, and then some time went by. It was just a few months, probably 6 months after that, COVID practically hit the scene. Then when sports were happening, it was under the request of my wife. She didn't want me to travel, you know, so it was due to safety. I wasn't traveling during COVID. The one trip that I finally made to go commentate the Pacquiao fight in Las Vegas, I came home with COVID. So, you know, I've been in Florida the whole time. We've been masked off practically all COVID. Right. You know, so many people are moving down here because we've been boating, golfing, fishing. We've been doing all sorts of stuff. We got all the outdoors and the fresh air. But at the end of the day, man, it just was rough, man. It was never ideal. I got plenty of time to commentate. My head's still focused on the game. Hopefully this year, I will take the risk. I will travel. I will do a few gigs in between fights. But really, I'm really focused on what needs to be done with Keith Thurman so that I can be #1 in the welterweight division once again. Say, rank me how you want to. I really don't care about my rank. I understand where I am, and I know my destination. And my destination is at the top.
Definitely. How do you balance excitement and focus going into the Mario Barrios fight? Because you're about to go in there, return to the ring. You're about to shake off that ring rust, the lights, bright lights, the fans, everybody's cheering, everybody's ready to go. You ready? Bell rings. How do you balance being so excited and being focused in this fight?
You know, I mean, for me, it's nothing new. Once when we glove up and we're backstage, I'm a caged animal. You know, I'm a caged animal. I just breathe deep. I get my head right, you know, and I know that this is a dangerous sport. Anything can happen. My name's One Time for a reason. You know, I can hit him one good time. He can hit me one good time, and it's lights out. Okay, that's boxing. The fans, that's what they come for. They come to see One Time. You know, they say, "Oh, I'm here. I want to watch this guy fight. Oh, I'm cheering on this guy." Yeah, and then when somebody gets knocked out, there's a little piece of you that's satisfied. Okay, it don't matter which fighter gets knocked out. Okay, at the end of the day, people want to see something. You know, they want to witness something that they don't want to be a part of, but they want to be a part of it by witnessing it. You know, that they just want to be in that moment. At the end of the day, man, I always wish fighters good health. You know, I don't ever want anything bad happening, fighters being sent to the hospital. This is a very dangerous sport. But, you know, all I do is I settle down all the noise and I tell myself one simple thing. Let's box hard. Let's box smart. And that's it, man.
Now, Keith, along with the fans, man, and the spectators, you're going to have all your ops in there. You're going to have the whole welterweight division sitting in there watching you. What is the point you want to make sure you get across in this fight to the rest of the gentlemen in the welterweight division?
Oh, they already know, man. I'm a live dog. You know, any trash they've been talking about is only because I ain't been on the scene. Once I'm not on the scene, they act like, you know, oh, who is Thurman? What that boy, you know, he's still out there. He still got it in Florida. I think he's swimming on the beach. Look, man, I've been training. I've been waiting. You know, I've been meditating and debating on how I'm going to redominate this division. So I have to put on a great show that really the performance should be the statement. You know, I could talk trash for days. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't matter. I want my performance to make the statement for me. I want everybody to see a live dog. And at the end of the day, know It's Keith Thurman versus everybody. Send the contract. Send the contract. That's all that matters. Don't talk your smack if it don't come with a contract.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, like I said, we got Keith one-time Thurman taking on Mario Barrios February 5th. Make sure you on pay-per-view. So make sure you go spend your hard-earned money and check out the most exciting fight with 8 great fights on the card.
On,
8.
Girl, you know those nails cost $80 anyways, girl. Come on, stop playing. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing. We make a good night out of it. Get some entertainment. If you love great boxing, you're gonna want to tune in next Saturday to this fight.
Facts. Well, Keith, I want to wish you best of luck in your fight with Mario Barrios this next weekend. Glad to see you back on the scene. Glad to see your mental health is on 100% on A1. Glad for everything you got going on, and look forward to seeing you have a bright future in the sport of boxing, man. But like I said, Bryson Paul here, Keith Thurman, Keith one-time Thurman. Make sure you get the one time, because it's only going to be one time for him to knock you out. But hey, February 5th, Keith Thurman, Mario Barrios. We out of here. Peace.
Peace.